So I'm going to be making some cake mix mint double chocolate chip cookies. My son, we were supposed to be making gingerbread cookies today and making a video, and he ditched me for his friends, which is totally fine. All right, so I'm going to be using the super moist chocolate fudge cake mix for this recipe. I just figured chocolate, peppermint, whatever. You don't need to sift this or anything. Just dump it, bam, right in the bowl. And then you're just gonna need 1/4 cup, 1/4 cup of vegetable oil. You could put melted butter. I just didn't feel like it, to be honest. I ain't even gonna lie. And then 2 eggs. All right, so my phone has been Grand Central Station. So I have my 2 eggs and my oil in here. And I'm just gonna take a spatula, and I'm just gonna start mixing this, breaking the yolks up. Just start getting this folded in. And then another thing that I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add just a tush of peppermint oil or pure peppermint extract, because a little bit goes. I wish they didn't put a spout on this stuff like this. I'm just gonna put a smidgen. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that. That's like a smidgen, maybe just a little another smidge. Because who I'm making these for absolutely loves peppermint. So, but that's all I'm putting in there. I just put a smidge, just a smidge, because a lot of peppermint is already going in here. So you're just gonna mix this into a dough, and it's gonna come together. It doesn't look like it right now, but I swear it is. It's gonna come together. You just gotta kind of smoosh it all together. I've been making these cake mix cookies for years because I make them in the sugar cookies as well. You can just add like a little extra flour or something to them so they don't. Now these do rise and they spread, so FYI when making these, you know, when you space them out, make sure you have enough space. You can do shapes with these, but like when you first genuinely cut them out, like because like I said, this is cake mix. It's got all the rising agents and stuff in it. So, look at that. Oh, look at that. So it has the rising agents and stuff, so there's nothing that you can really do anything about that, but you can just like, when you cut them out and put them on the cookie sheet, when you take them out of the oven, when they're still hot, you put the cookie cutter back on them and trim it, and then you can get your shape. But also another thing I do when I make cookies, there's this Maryland-based cookie company, and they come, I don't remember the name of them, but they come in a red and white checker bag, and or pink and white, and they have like a cornflake type or a frosted flake type taste to them. And basically they roll their cookies in powdered sugar and then bake them, so you get this crispy caramelized outside, and then the inside is like so soft and chewy, but they roll them thin though too, and they're so delicious. So we have our cookie dough. You can chill this if you want. You can make this in advance and chill it. I don't have time for all that. So it's a nice sticky dough. This is a chocolate fudge too, so that's probably why it's like extra fudgy. But usually when I make like other cookie doughs, it's not as thick as this one, but I think, like I said, again, it's just because it was a chocolate fudge cake mix. But this spatula. Okay, so now I'm going to take, if you guys remember when I made my cupcakes, I have some of these Dove. It's a dark chocolate peppermint bark. I'm going to unwrap some of these, and I'll show you what they look like. They actually have like peppermints and stuff in them. So this is what the candy looks like. And I'm going to chop this up. Looks like I got poopy on my finger, but it's cake mix. I'm going to chop these up and add these to the dough. All right, so I have a couple chopped up here. I think this is like 4 or 5. I just cut the chocolate in half. And then this knife is so super sharp, so I'm trying to be really, really careful and cut them. I just kind of cut it in half because I want chunks, but I don't want super big chunks. My hands, you guys, they're so dry. Like, I don't know how well you can see it. They're so super dry. And my skin is splitting. It's very frustrating. And my hands hurt. So yeah, I'm just kind of cutting them up. Like I said, big chunks. Not too big, I don't think. I mean, if you want them smaller, or if you want to like put them in a food processor or something, or if you want to cut them like in thirds, I can cut them like that too, and then cut them like this. And then, or if you just want to take your knife and go over them, however you want to do it, however big of a chunk you want, that's fine. And then just add them to your cookie. I was gonna say cake mix. Well, it is cake mix, but to your cookie dough. Mix them up. Get it all mixed in through there. Like I said, if you want more, all right, this spatula is getting ready to go in the trash because it is pissing me off. It keeps like coming out. So you can be the judge of how many you want in, how many you don't want in. This stuff is really thick on the bottom. I might add a couple more, but I'm also going to add not too many chocolate chips, but I want to add some chocolate chips because I need to save some of these for, I'm going to make cookie dough just like this tomorrow, but I'm going to use a vanilla one, and they're going to be our chocolate chip cookies for Santa because me and my son always make Santa cookies. So I'm going to chop up a couple more of these little Dove chocolates and put them in here, and then scoop them up and stuff. All right, so I'm pretty happy with how my cookie dough looks. And of course, I'm going to take my cookie dough scoop. I have cake mix all on my finger. And I'm just going to take a scoop. There's a lot of chunks in that. Ugh. It's like, is there even any dough in there? Okay. And then just scoop it on. Of course, I have my cookie sheet lined with parchment paper. If you want to press it down, you can. But yeah, I'm just gonna scoop these out. I am gonna do 3 in a row, but there is plenty of space in between each cookie. These things are gonna be thebomb.com. I really wish that I can eat one of these. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I could probably chew one and spit it out. So these are gonna be some chunky cookies. Now, you know it's a good dough when you can actually, this is something I wanted to show earlier. Like, I can literally just roll this and my hands are not getting dirty. That's when you know you have a pretty good cookie dough. I could probably make these smaller. I probably should. Maybe I should make these a little smaller. roll them out a little bit. Maybe that's what I'll do because they are really thick. So I am going to do that. I'm going to roll them out and make them smaller because they're really, really big. And I mean, even though they make a good cookie, but I think I'm just going to roll these out. Take some of that off. Let me make sure I got like a nice peppermint chunk in there. That one's a little big, but it'll be okay. But yeah, I'm gonna roll these out. You guys can do what sizes you want. Just because now there's a lot of chunky stuff in here. So I don't know exactly how far these are gonna expand. See, and I don't have consistent sizes, which is, I need to get different size cookie scoops is what I'm like coming to realize, because even though I use these for like cupcakes and things like that, like this one's really chunky. I feel like my cupcakes they're like kind of inconsistent, like they get too full, I guess you could say. See, I think that's a little big too. Like this one's small, this one's big. I like to have uniform size cookies, but you know what? These really aren't for anybody in particular, so. All right, so I have my oven preheated at 325. So I'm gonna let me just do this because this one, it's bothering me. I want them at least to all be around the same size. Like those two are a little bit smaller, but that's okay. So I'm going to bake these for 18 minutes. I'm going to start, well, actually I'm going to check them at 15. Sometimes they need to go 18, 17, depending on how you want the crunchiness. So I'm going to put these in the oven and I will take them out and show you guys what we're working with when they're done. All right, guys, so I just took these out of the oven. I had them in for 15 minutes. I kind of put them in for about another minute or two. They're nice and crispy and hard around the edges. They actually didn't spread as much as I thought they were going to. They're really soft and spongy, I guess you would say, in the middle. So I'm going to take these over to the cooling racks and let them cool. And then I'm going to bake the rest of them and then conclude the video. All right, guys, so I have the last 12 cookies baking in the oven. Out of the whole box of cake mix, like I said, I split the scoops in half. I got 42 cookies in total out of the cake mix. I did cut the cooking time back from like 15 minutes down to like between 10 and 12 minutes. When the cookies cooled, they got a little hard. I was like, oops, but sometimes you have to adjust the time with these cookies because you just don't know how they're going to turn out, especially when you add things to it. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, just a small little Christmas cookie. You can crunch up or beat some candy canes up and put them like on the top, sprinkle them on top. You could put some sprinkles in it, whatever you want to do. I love cake mix cookies because they're so versatile and you can do whatever your little heart desires with them. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to please be kind because you don't know what kind of battle someone's going through, so don't be a dick. And especially around now with the holidays, you don't know what somebody's struggling with, what they're dealing with, what they're going through. This is a hard time, and it's okay to not be okay this time of year. So just putting that out there. All right, guys. I love you so, so much. Thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all soon in the next video. Bye.